With the brand new Drug Wars DLC just released, all the vehicles from the Criminal Enterprises DLC have all finally been released, and today I will be naming the top 5 fastest cars from the DLC, and watch right until the end as you might be shocked with what car is the fastest. So if you do enjoy, then like and subscribe for more GTA 5 online videos, and let's just jump straight into the video. So starting off at the number 5 spot, we have a fan favourite, and that's the OB10F widebody. Now this car was released as part of the drip feed content and was one of the most highly anticipated cars in the DLC. Now in terms of looks, it's really good with a huge amount of customization options all over the car. But what about the performance of this vehicle? Well, it has really solid handling and really good acceleration, and to top it off, it also has a really good straight line top speed, coming in at 128 miles per hour flat or 206 kilometers per hour, which was tested by Brocky, who is a YouTuber who accurately tests the performance and speed of all vehicles in the game. Now in terms of price, the base model OB10F costs $1,675,000, which isn't too bad, but then to convert it to the wide body version of this car, you have to spend an additional $575,000, which initially only widens the car by a few inches. But add in a few tweaks and changes and it makes the car look much better than the base model. Now overall, this car is a really solid option, but there are better cars on this list, so let's move on to the next vehicle right now. So next up, we have a race car in the form of the Benefactor LM87. Now this car is based on the Mercedes C11, which is a very famous car because at the Le Mans race in France, the car actually flipped into the air unexpectedly due to the engineers and designers making a colossal big fuck up. But unfortunately, you don't have to worry about that in the game. It is the best handling car on this list with similar handling to the Formula 1 cars, which is really impressive. Now its acceleration, braking, cornering and speed makes it the perfect vehicle to own. But what sort of speeds are we actually talking about? Well, the actual top speed of the LM87 in GTA 5 is 128.5 miles per hour or 206.8 kilometers per hour when it's fully upgraded, which makes it marginally faster than the wide body OB10F in the straight line. But it's not better in terms of cost. The LM87 is very expensive, coming in at $2,915,000, which makes it the most expensive car on this list. But I would say it's worth it due to its race car handling and excellent braking, so I would still recommend picking this one up if you have the money to spare. Now up at the number 3 spot, we have the Pegassi Torero XO. Now this car is based off the remake of the Lampadati Corsita, and it looks very similar to the real life version, almost like a carbon copy. Now it can be purchased for a price of $2,890,000, which is very expensive, but its performance makes up for that price tag. It has great handling, really nice braking, and also has a really nice top speed of 131 miles per hour or 210.82 kilometers per hour when it's fully upgraded. Now it also has a good amount of customization options, but to be fair, you don't really need to do much customizing to this vehicle as the car looks really nice bone stock or with a small amount of tinkering done to it. But overall, once again, it's a really nice car, which if you have the money for, I would advise splashing out on this vehicle. Now we are getting towards the end of the list here, and up next is the Lampadati Corsita. Now this vehicle is one of the best looking cars from the DLC, as it has that supercar look but isn't super over the top or flamboyant. Now it's based off the Maserati MC20, which is one of Maserati's brand new cars. Now in terms of in-game performance, this is just hands down one of the best cars, not only just in the Criminal Enterprises DLC, but in fact the entire game. It has some really nice handling, good braking, and some of the best acceleration in the entire game. But what about its top speed? Well, it comes in at 131.3 miles per hour or 211.31 kilometers per hour, which is marginally better than the Pegassi Torero. But comparing stats, the Corsita has better braking, acceleration, and maybe even handling than the Pegassi Torero, making it overall the much better car. But how about its price tag? Well, it's actually also cheaper than most cars on this list, coming in at just shy of $1.8 million, which is a really fair price considering how recently this vehicle was added and the performance you're actually getting. Now, at the number 1 spot, we have a real shocker here, and that's the Weevil Custom. I told you guys it would be a massive shock. Now, this very inconspicuous vehicle is actually the fastest car in the DLC and overall one of the fastest cars in the game right now. It's a modified version of a Volkswagen Beetle and is a crossbreed between a beach buggy and a wacky drag car. Now, fully upgraded, this car can do a whopping 137.5 miles per hour or 221.28 kilometers per hour, which is a whole 6.2 miles per hour faster than the car at the number 2 spot. But in terms of other stats like handling and braking, especially, this car is really bad. Trying to brake from high speed is utterly useless and is a huge challenge, and also trying to take a tight corner at any reasonable speed will just cause you to crash. The car will simply just refuse to turn half the time. So the whole point of this vehicle is straight line speed and straight line speed only. Apart from straight line speed, the only other thing it really excels at is in the customization department, where it has tons of options to choose from, and you can make this car look really crazy. As you can see in the background gameplay, my one has this crazy multicolored livery and these absolutely crazy exhaust pipes. But how fairly is this vehicle priced? Well, to get yourself started, you have to buy the original BF Weevil for a price of $870,000, which isn't too bad whatsoever. But then you have to convert it to the custom variant of this vehicle, the BF Weevil Custom, which will cost an additional $980,000. Bringing the total cost for just the bone stock custom variant to $1,850,000, which is only slightly more than the Corsita at the number 2 spot. But if I'm gonna be honest guys, I would get the Corsita over the BF Weevil Custom. Actually, to be honest, I would get any car over the BF Weevil just because straight line speed isn't the only thing that matters. This car is exceptionally bad at turning, as I mentioned. Almost every other car would beat it round a circuit or going around corners. So this car is only really there to shock your friends or shock people in drag races. Definitely not for racing on a circuit. But there you have it guys, this was the top 5 fastest cars in the Criminal Enterprises DLC. But what are your thoughts on the new Drug Wars DLC, which just released a few days ago? I honestly think it's okay, but I haven't checked out all the content yet, so I'm super excited to check out the brand new Psychedelics business. But like and subscribe for more GTA 5 content, and like always guys, take care everyone, and have a great day.